Hello friends and welcome to my new video. Today's video will be slightly a tricky one for me because I'll be talking about a movie that is a remake of a very successful movie. The movie I'm going to discuss today is Brahmam, a Malayalam movie, which is a remake of the hit and much acclaimed Hindi movie Andhadhun, which was made by Sriram Raghavan. To me, watching Brahmam is an experience which can differ from person to person. A person who is watching it after having watched Andhadhun will have one reaction, which is what has happened with me. And a person who has not watched Andhadhun and will be watching Brahmam as an independent movie on its own will obviously be having a slightly different take on the movie. But since I have watched Andhadhun and I was very keen to watch how the remake is done, my experience has been accordingly a special experience, let's put it that way. I think Prithviraj wanted to remake, I was reading somewhere in an interview that he wanted to remake Sriram Raghavan's earlier film, Johnny Gaddar, which I think is one of the finest film noirs made in India. But for whatever reason, Johnny Gaddar didn't get made in Malayalam. And after he saw Andhadhun, he was convinced that he wanted to remake the movie. And he got the rights, he acquired the rights to make the movie. And here we have Brahmam, repackaged, reset in Kochi instead of Pune, where the Hindi movie was set. And it's a fantastic film. I started watching Brahmam knowing every scene, every nuance, every twist that was about to come. And yet, a part of me was also watching another beautiful movie. Maybe I knew the premise. That's about all. But as a movie, it still gripped me for its entire duration. Andhadhun, was a very good movie indeed. So it's not a surprise that a Malayalam filmmaker would want to remake it. What's come as a surprise is how well the film has been made. And Brahmam has its strong points, mainly in the writing, which has stayed faithful to Andhadhun, but just made it a little wittier at times, a little darker at times. And they already had a beautiful subject to write on, a beautiful film as a reference point. And what director Ravichandran and the entire cast have managed is they've enhanced it further. Andhadhun is a brilliant movie, is a very well made movie, but I think Brahmam also is up there as a great watch. For people who haven't seen Andhadhun, Brahmam is going to be a mind blowing movie. It's going to be a real cracker of a film. It's a thriller and it has every element of the thriller. It's a dark comedy as well. And the darkness, the comic thrill elements in the movie, some of the shocking twists and turns are bound to take you by surprise. The performances are really, really strong, whether it is Prithviraj as Ray Matthews, the blind pianist, or Rashi Khanna as Anna, his girlfriend, or Mamta Mohandas, who's absolutely fabulous as Simi, the wife of the fading movie star Uday Kumar, played by Shankar. They're all absolutely fabulous. Unni Mukundan puts in a great performance as Dinesh, the police officer who's also a lover of Simi, and he is brilliant as well. Jagdish Kumar as Dr. Swami, the doctor who deals in illegal organ transplants. He's fantastic. So the performances are absolutely first rate. Jake Bejoy scores a beautiful soundtrack because Andhadhun apart from being the great thriller that it was, also had a fabulous soundtrack, and that is matched by the score composed by Jake Bijoy. I think the songs, although I don't understand the words, unfortunately, but the tunes and the background score is fabulous and just is in perfect sync with the kind of movie that Brahmam is. For someone who's seen the Hindi movie, Brahmam could have been a boring watch. It could have been a very predictable watch. I'm happy to say that it isn't. It is. It is a film whose premise I know, whose story I know, whose scenes are familiar to me, but all the same, watching it again with different actors, with different stars and performers, has been a great experience because it is a different film. It is a different film. Yes, lots of similarities are there. The essence is the same, but as a movie, it doesn't fail. It doesn't slack. It doesn't fail to grip you even for a minute. I saw Brahmam last night, and I saw it at one shot without any break, without any interruption, despite having known everything what the movie was going to offer me. So I think therein lies the credit of the filmmaker Ravi Chandra, who's done a very very good job of adapting Andhadhun, and he sort of regionalizes in the setting. I think is perfect, Kochi, and it's a wonderful watch. I'm happy that Malayalam cinema have taken a Hindi cinema, a Hindi movie which they felt was worth remaking, and it's always tough to remake a thriller because the surprise element, the suspense element is practically gone when you're remaking a well-known movie. But all the same, Brahmam doesn't disappoint. It's a very good movie, and do watch it if you've seen the Hindi already, just to compare the two films. And if you haven't watched the Hindi movie, Brahmam is going to be an absolute stunner of a film. Do not miss it under any circumstance. Brahmam was released last night on Amazon Prime, and it's available to watch there. Do watch it and let me know what you think of it. Even if you've seen the Hindi movie, let me know what you think of the comparisons between the two movies. And if you haven't, I'm sure you'll have a cracker of a time watching this film. Enjoy Brahmam on Amazon Prime, and until the next time, bye for now.